you're in the city Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, certainly at the moment, it feels very, very normal indeed. In fact, I actually think it's busier than ever on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The bars and restaurants are packed. People are back in their offices. We have an issue around Mondays and Fridays, but we're seeing a change even in the Monday and Friday pattern as well. Certainly, people are coming in more on Mondays as well now. So, big return to the office. The Pret Index, which we track, is one of those great little indexes to watch. We're up at around 80, the low 80% level, which I think is fairly indicative that a lot of people are getting in. A lot of people are getting in very regularly. 3 days, 4 days a week is not unusual now across the city.
A lot of city firms were gearing up for what they thought was going to be a bumper period post the COVID lockdowns, and yet we've now had this double whammy of very high inflation and, of course, the war in Ukraine, which has damaged confidence in financial markets. The latest Refinitiv data appears to suggest that deal making is sharply down on where it was last year in the City of London. Are you concerned about that, and what that means then for what hopefully was going to be a successful year for 2022?
I think everybody's watching that number, watching the deal flow, the levels of activity at the moment with a certain amount of caution. There's no doubt there will be a bit of an impact that's coming through already. But I think if you look beyond that, we've all seen the cycle that you get high levels of activity, and then perhaps there's a little bit of falling off, and then it bounces back again. And we're going to see that. We're going to see that, I'm sure, over the next 6, 12, 18 months. There's no doubt at all as well that there's real pressure on the banks, on the law firms, on the accountancy firms, on the advisors. They've been really working absolutely at beyond capacity over the last 12, 18 months or so. So I think for a lot of people, actually a little bit of a let-up in that intense level of deal activity mightn't be a bad thing as well, and might help to resolve some of the issues around talent shortages in the industry that we have at the moment.
City firms are also facing the complication of having to manage the sanctions around the Ukraine conflict. Again, is this going to make this a difficult year for the city?
I think we're seeing some of the big international financial institutions taking the hit that they have to take in relation to their exposure in Russia. So that will certainly feed through into the numbers for some of the big international players.